I love the story of Joshua in the Bible. He's a character I really relate to. He was the assistant to Moses for most of his life. And so as the people were wandering in the desert, waiting to get to the promised land, he assisted Moses, who was the leader, the "let my people go" leader who brought them out of Egypt. And so for many, many years, until Joshua was an older man himself, he was an assistant. But when Moses died, Joshua became in charge. And it says in the first verses of Joshua 1, chapter 9, God is speaking to Joshua when he gets the job of being in charge. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. In my life, I've had a lot of times of being afraid as a leader. If you're a leader or you've ever even had to just stand in front of people and do a presentation, maybe you can relate to that. I, for a long time, used to throw up every time before I had to speak in front of people. I thankfully don't do that anymore because I'm speaking a lot more, and God has shown me how to be courageous. And just like Joshua, for a lot of years, you might be waiting in the wings, waiting for your turn to get leadership. But the truth is, when you become the person up front or the person who has to make the decisions or the person who everyone's listening to, sometimes it can be terrifying. But the promise we see in Joshua 1 is not about Joshua, it's about God. It's that God will be with you wherever you go. That is actually the reason we can have courage. And same for me, when I began recognizing when I would go out to speak that it was actually God who was with me, that He was the one who was faithful and never letting me fall in front of people, I actually began to have more and more courage to do the thing. So for a lot of years, you get prepared. A lot of years, you might be following along as the assistant, the second chair to the person who's leading. But when it becomes your turn to lead, who are you going to put your trust in? Are you going to put your trust in yourself? Or are you going to put your trust in the God who can actually do the thing He said He would do in your life? That you would be strong and courageous, not in your own ability, not in any hope that you can say anything competent or lead people well out of your own wisdom and strength, but out of the strength of God, the character of Him, and who He is to you, you can lead and do what He's asked you to. Whatever that may be, whether big or strong, God will be faithful to you as you look to Him and you put your trust in Him. He will never let you down.